This cake was a fail. I already know. I'm gonna cut into it, I'm gonna try it, but oh boy. Welcome back to my kitchen. This year in my year of cakes, I am going to make a vanilla gluten-free cake with a strawberry jam filling. I've only ever made one gluten-free cupcake before, batch of cupcakes, and they turned out a bit gummy, but I bought 2 new flour blends, gluten-free flour blend, and we're gonna give one of them a try today and see how that turns out, so hopefully it works. I'm gonna use my typical vanilla cake recipe, and we'll just cross our fingers that it works with this, this gluten-free flour. Now when I make these cakes, I have a slice on camera with you. I give Matthew a slice, sometimes Felix, sometimes it goes to my parents, but often Matthew takes the cakes into his office and he shares them with his coworkers. One of his colleagues is gluten-free and deals with celiac, so I have to be very careful that there's no cross-contamination, and I'm actually quite stressed about it. So I went and I bought all new ingredients that I'm going to keep in this container, and I have to do a little bit of reorganizing once I get things opened up. I opened up a new thing of salt and I added salt in here, but everything else is new and fresh, and I'm gonna keep all the gluten-free ingredients tucked away so that when I make gluten-free stuff in the future and he takes it into the office, she can feel safe eating it. I have been vegan for 8.5 years now, and I just know that it's just, you know, it's just nice when there's something there for you. So I feel bad that I've been sending in all these cakes and she can't have any, so I'm gonna send in a couple gluten-free here and there. Okay, so let's get started with the cake today. I've got my measuring cups here and I've got a new spatula. I'm gonna keep that with her stuff as well. Just minimize the cross-contamination. These have already been cleaned, the cake tins, but I've re-cleaned them. I've got my bowls. Okay, let's go. We're gonna start with the wet ingredients. I've got 2 cups of gluten-free oat milk. So we're gonna pour that in here. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and we will mix this in and set it to the side. Okay, instead of using my stand mixer today, I'm just gonna do everything in a bowl with a whisk. We'll mix it all together by hand today. Well, we'll use a stand mixer for frosting later, but for the cake batter. So, I've got my ingredients here. So what are we starting with? Start with the flour. I picked up 2 different types of gluten-free flour from the grocery store, so readily available even here. I think, let's go with the Bob's Red Mill today. So I'm gonna measure out 2 cups. Okay, next I got new baking soda and baking powder. I always want to double check, and I'm pretty sure that baking powder is gluten-free, but as I said, I'm very nervous about this, so. And I'm very nervous about this. I have already looked it up, but let's just double check. Is baking powder gluten-free? And it's already in my search history. Okay, it looks like this one is. So it appears baking powder is gluten-free. The ingredients on this seem to be gluten-free, but I can't confirm if it was made in a gluten-free facility. So what I'm going to do is send a list of the ingredients that I used with the brand names with Matthew, and just let her know, like, confirmed that this is gluten-free or indicates it's gluten-free. Couldn't determine if it was gluten-free in a facility. Anyways, I just want to make sure she's aware of everything and that she doesn't get, I think people who have celiac or a gluten issue, they call it getting glutened. I don't want that to happen, so I'll give her all the information. Again, this is my first time, so I thought in my research that this one was fine, which I think it is, but it doesn't like have the seal of approval like, you know, like this does. Like this is clearly, it's gluten-free. Yeah, like the cocoa powder, I'm gonna do vanilla today, but if I'm gonna do chocolate next time, this one is gluten-free. So we're learning. Okay, we need 1 tablespoon. My tablespoon is wet, so I'm gonna do this one. It's a 1/2 tablespoon, so I'll do 2 of these. Can you tell I'm a bit like, I just want to make sure that it's all okay for her. We've got a fresh baking soda, which everything that I read about baking soda, it was fine too. But again, I'm going to just make a list of the ingredients and the brands that I've got. Let her know it's all fresh packaging, and we'll go from there. This is 1 teaspoon of baking soda, just like half a teaspoon of salt. Mix this together. I'll put this aside and we'll go back to the wet ingredients. Okay, we've got our wet ingredients back. I have a fresh bag of sugar. And again, I have these ingredients already, but I just wanted to make sure there was no cross-contamination with what I already have. So I'm gonna keep her stuff separate. This is supposed to be 3/4 cup of sugar. 3/4 cup of sugar. I got new vanilla, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Next, so I got vegetable oil, and everything I read was this was good too. It's 3/4 cup of oil. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And we'll mix this all together. Okay, I'm gonna grab the whisk, actually, and whisk this. This is ready, going to pour it in. We'll mix this together. Use the whisk for a little bit. So I figured I would just start with my regular vanilla cake recipe and see if it works, see if it doesn't work, what I have to change from there by just using that baking, I think it says baking 1 for 1, so it's supposed to match it, so we'll see how it turns out, and maybe it works, maybe we like a different flour instead. Anyways, this is well combined, so I will get the cake tins ready and then we'll pour this in and put it in the oven. Okay, doing my 6-inch cake tins. I cleaned up while I was getting these ready. I'm just going to pour this batter in. And evenly divide these. Measure them out. These are going in the oven at 350 for, I'm going to check them because it's different flour. I don't know, it's my first time baking with them. So usually it's about a half hour, but I'm going to check them at 20, see how they're doing, get them in the oven. Okay, took a little break because Eric woke up. Now we're gonna make the buttercream. The vegan butter that I've got here doesn't have any gluten ingredients in it, so we're using that. Half a cup. And I have 1 cup of vegetable shortening. So we're just gonna whip these up together. 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, that is looking good. Now in keeping with not contaminating, I've got a fresh bag of icing sugar. I'm going to add in 4 cups of icing sugar, 1 cup at a time. There's really no change to the buttercream recipe. I'm doing American style. There's no change to it from what I typically do. So it's always gluten-free. Okay, 1 cup. Cup number 2. Cup 3. And cup number 4. Okay, this is the oat milk that I'm using. It does say gluten-free on there. I'm going to add in about, oh, don't put your hands in there. That's a lot of sugar. I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons worth. Mix it in. And gonna add in a tablespoon of vanilla. Give it a taste. Yeah, it's a pretty good vegan vanilla frosting. Gluten-free. Eric's gonna go down for a nap, and then I'm gonna decorate the cake. Okay, is it nap time? Yeah, time for nap. Okay, ready to decorate. I did make a jam, so I didn't really measure, but I did about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of frozen strawberries, cooked them down with maybe 1/4 cup of sugar and a dash of vanilla. And that's what we're gonna use for our jam filling. I've got our cake layers over here. I didn't set a timer when I started cooking these, so I think it was around 30 minutes. Anyways, I think actually, now that I'm looking at them, I think I am gonna trim them because I like trimming them and adding jam in between. So let's do 6 layers. We'll do 6-layer cake and then we'll start decorating. So we'll come back to decorating. Okay, let's trim these. The edges feel good. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Ooh, ooh, it's a wet cake. Oh, I don't even know if I can separate them. Okay, they will, but it's gonna be a wet cake. Not super fluffy. Maybe too much oil? Now, decorate time. Okay, starting with a little buttercream. Okay. You're just gonna make a little well and adding in some jam. I'm just gonna repeat with all these layers. I'm gonna try and crumb coat while I fill. Just see how that helps me, because this has got a jiggle to it. Now I can definitely say that these cake layers are feeling a bit gummy. Oh no, oh yeah, they're definitely slipping and sliding. Oh boy, this is definitely gonna have to chill out in the fridge. I mean, even sometimes you could do it halfway through filling it, but I just want to try and get it all in there. Oh gosh. Ooh, this is a scary one. Oh no. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna freeze it at this point and then continue stacking later. Yeah, it is. We've breached. We have to figure out something here. Best course of action, put it in the freezer. So I don't know, I put that in the freezer. I have 2 layers left. Maybe I don't even put them on. Maybe it's just a 4-layer cake. And I save these for another time. I'll think about it. Gonna let it try and firm up in the freezer. Okay, it's definitely like on a slant, hey? Anyways, okay, let's continue. Let's just do the 6 layers, make it happen. Might as well. We've already come this far. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's crushing again. This is not gonna work. What do I do? How do I solve this? This is the last layer, because that's not, it's coming apart. Oh no. Oh no. Oh goodness gracious. I wonder if I can use buttercream, hold it, then freeze it. Oh my gosh, no, it's not gonna work. What? What? It's not working. Okay. What do we do? 3-layer cake. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh no. New cake board. We're gonna take this one to the side. All right, let's see. Can we salvage anything? Everything's an opportunity to learn. Okay. No, that's coming apart too. What in the world? Okay, I thought it was gonna be as simple as just redoing my recipe, but turns out, nope. I just wanna make it so that I can put this top layer on top, and then seal it up and just like try it. I can tell by the cake layers that they are pretty gummy, so I don't know if it's underbaked. I'm really not certain. This has been ambitious and maybe a bit naive to think, oh, this is a 1-for-1 flour. Let me just replace it with this flour without doing any research into gluten-free baking. You know what, I don't want to mess with this too much. It is getting messy already. We've got some seepage happening. Do I dare try to scrape it? I don't even know if I should. Oh, I can, okay. I'll do this little bit, but oh my goodness. We're gonna leave it at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the freezer for like 5 minutes while I clean up, but we'll taste it soon. This cake was a fail. I already know. I'm gonna cut into it, I'm gonna try it, but oh boy. Oh my gosh. Will you focus on the cake? So I think that from my research, you have to cook it longer. You know, it doesn't taste as bad as I thought it was gonna taste, but it's not it. It's not there. It's gummy. I'm gonna have to work on it. So I think the next time I try to make a gluten-free cake, I'm gonna do some research beforehand, because I thought, I don't know, maybe naively, maybe overly confident me at the beginning of this video thought, sure, I could just use one of my existing recipes and sub out the flour. It's a baking 1-for-1 flour. So I thought, oh yeah, I can do that. But there are some differences. I did some research afterwards when I was putting Eric down, and yeah, I think there's some things I'm gonna have to practice and test out, but I will not be defeated. I will try this again. I did actually try it again too. After one of Eric's naps, I made the other cake, just one layer. So I have that over here. And I baked it at 325 for 55 minutes. So I want to try that and see. Without any frosting, well, I mean, there's some frosting on here. Okay, without frosting, the cake that I had on here originally, I just dumped it, binned it, and let's see what this looks like, if it looks any better. I think it's still gummy. Yeah, it's still gummy too. Look at that. Can you see that that's gummy? Like it's underbaked or something. No, that's like, Okay, baking it longer, that didn't work. So I don't know. I will just have to try again in the future. This is not it. Okay, well, that's too bad, but we are learning new things in the kitchen. If you want to see what I try next week, hit the subscribe button. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but we're gonna take a break from gluten-free. Okay, well, that's it for me tonight. Bye.